Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, July 30th, 2026. You're listening to Cyber FM, and I'm your host, R.S.S.H. Thomas. This is today's Cybersecurity Report, being brought to you by the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company, New York's exclusive delivery option. We've got a stacked lineup for you today on Cyber FM. We're cutting through the noise to bring you 4 critical cybersecurity developments you cannot afford to ignore. That's number 1, the Microsoft Teams Help Desk Trap, how threat group Stack 4749 is abusing Microsoft Teams to drop chaos ransomware inside North American enterprise networks. Number 2, Semiconductor giant breach, analog devices files with the SEC following a major corporate data theft incident. Number 3, the Ransomware War of 2026, a fierce operational rivalry between syndicate heavyweights like Qilin and the Gentleman. And number 4, state-sponsored router hijacking. NSA and CISA issue a joint alert on Russian FSB cyber units targeting exposed networking hardware. Let's begin.
Story number 1. Microsoft Teams abused in massive chaos ransomware campaign.
Our top story today hits right at the digital water cooler. Security researchers at Sophos have uncovered a widespread social engineering campaign abusing Microsoft Teams to deploy the notorious chaos ransomware. Tracked as threat group Stack 4749, and that's all caps STAC followed by 4749, these bad actors initiate direct Teams chats or calls pretending to be your internal help desk or corporate IT support. Once they convince an unsuspecting employee to initiate a remote support session via tools like Microsoft Quick Assist, they drop PowerShell scripts to set up persistence and execute ransomware payloads. In some recorded incidents, the dwell time between initial contact and full chaos ransomware deployment was just 17 hours. This is double extortion ransomware moving at breakneck speed across manufacturing, energy, and service sectors. The takeaway for security leads: reevaluate external Microsoft Teams communication permissions and conduct out-of-band identity verification before allowing any IT remote session.
Story number 2, Semiconductor leader Analog Devices discloses SEC breach.
Moving to hardware and supply chain infrastructure, Semiconductor giant Analog Devices, a $12 billion enterprise manufacturing chips for industrial, automotive, and defense equipment, officially disclosed a data breach in an SEC regulatory filing. The Massachusetts-based semiconductor maker detected unauthorized access to internal systems. Subsequent forensics revealed that attackers successfully exfiltrated sensitive corporate files. While Analog Devices reports no current operational disruptions or active public leak of stolen data, this intrusion highlights that chip makers remain top-tier targets for global threat actors looking to gain leverage over critical hardware supply chains.
Story number 3, rivalry between Ransomware Syndicate's Qilin and the Gentleman.
Our third story zeroes in on the ransomware ecosystem, which has reached an all-time high in the victim volume. Intelligence reports confirm an escalated turf war between 2 dominant ransomware groups, and that's Qilin and the Gentleman. Both collectives claim nearly 300 enterprise victims each in recent weeks, neck and neck for the top ransomware slot. Analysts note that intense competition between these extortion groups is actively fueling a surge in double extortion hits against middle market manufacturing and professional services. When cyber criminals compete for market share, organizations bear the brunt.
Story number 4, NSA and CISA advisory on Russian FSB router exploitation.
Finally, the National Security Agency, CISA, and the International Intelligence Partners issued a joint advisory warning of active Russian state-sponsored attacks against enterprise edge devices. Operatives linked to Russian FSB Center 16 are scanning public networks for exposed routers and networking equipment running weak or default simple network management protocol, also known as SNMP settings. Once inside, the attackers pull router configuration files, harvest administrative credentials, and move laterally across critical infrastructure networks undetected. If you manage perimeter hardware, auditing your SNMP configurations and patching edge appliances is mandatory. Right this now. This broadcast is brought to you by the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company. In an era where data and high-value cargo requires zero trust handling from dispatch to destination, the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company stands alone as the city's most secure, discreet, and reliable carrier service. When standard shipping won't cut it and failure is not an option, New York relies on the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company, New York's exclusive delivery option. That wraps up today's edition of Cyber FM for July 30th, 2026. We've covered critical ground today, from the Microsoft Teams Chaos ransomware trap and analog device sec breach filing, to the cutthroat syndicate war between Qilin and the Gentleman, and the NSA alert on state-sponsored router exploitation. Huge thanks again to our show sponsor, the R.S.S.H delivery company. For technical details, IOCs, and mitigation strategies on everything we've discussed today, I have prepared a deep dive report on each story posted on my LinkedIn page. Head over to my profile and read the full breakdown. Until next time, stay vigilant, patch your systems, and keep locked into Cyber FM. I'm your host, R.S.H Thomas. I'll speak to you soon.
You are listening to Cyber FM, hosted by R.S.H Thomas.